Fortunately, I forgot my gimbal, so we're going to be a little shaky. I haven't got a microphone for the phone, so I hope we're coming through loud and clear. There will be a great many announcements going on, I'm afraid. It's kind of, this is a live show, I can't really help the announcements, but yes, here is Ellie on the stand here at the NEC Classic Motor Show. Oh gosh, this is a struggle to try and keep the camera still, but yeah, Ellie's here in all her glory. Beautifully cleaned by Natalie at Ulston Valeting Services, I think it is, yesterday in rather a hurry, so thank you Natalie for doing that. It's a splendid job. But you probably want to see around the show, you probably don't want to stare at my face so much, so let's go for a wander. Let's flip camera. Oh, there we go. Oh yes, Mr. Furious is here as well, so that's the Furious Rover 400. It's got the most incredible lack appeal going on. Look at this. Wow, marvellous. Lovely cars, those 400 Tourers. We will both be here selling merch. Matt's off doing his report at the moment. I'm doing mine. Hall 4 is where you'll find us. This is Hall 3A, just the other side of that dividing line. So that's where we are if you want to come and find us. Over the weekend, we are here Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And look, you too can cover up dents on your car with these very funky magnets. Isn't that clever? Right, let's start moseying. Oh yes, we got this. We got Bob going on. Bob is officially a Brummie now. Although we're actually camping in Leicestershire. Oh, we got the announcements going on. Right, there we go. We're on the move. So we've got a Reliant Regal super van going on over here. Lots of nice furnishings. Look at this beautiful Chesterfield. We need to go over this way because there's some very important cars in Hall 4. The lovely, slightly sheddy Land Rover there. Bit dusty, proper barn find, but everyone frantically trying to get their stands set up. Oh, actually, we're going to go this way because I need you to come and meet my friend Claire and her red and white 2CV, which has a fascinating story. So yeah, lots of frantic Hubnut. Sofas at a car show, I know, but I think the same sofas were also at the caravan show. I seem to recall seeing them there. So keep wondering. Dodge Viper. Woo-hoo! That's big and fat. Over here we find Claire with her Citroen Gift, and she also has a red and white 2CV in Hall 4 of the NEC Classic Motor Show. This car was stolen, stripped, the owner absolutely devastated, as you can imagine, but it was found, it was rebuilt by Will at Cambridge 2CV, and I think there was a bit of crowdfunding as well to help get Georgie back on the road, and she's looking better than ever. That's just absolutely delightful. So yeah, Claire does all manner of gifts. You've got Ford stuff. It's stretched out of the world of Citroen, but there's a mug with a 2CV gear pattern on it. Marvellous. So yeah, everyone frantically getting set up. But that is beautiful Georgie and her story. We shall carry on this way, see what we can find. There are a lot of modified cars this year, and I think that's good. As long as we have balance, we have modified and classics, I'm all for it. And this console, second generation console, looks beautiful. Very, very nice. Shaved door handles and everything. Not really bothered about Ferraris. Draper Tools here, we must give a shout out. They were very helpful when I was having issues with Betty's tyre at the restoration show back in March. But yeah, some people may already cotton what's going on over here. We have Chris Pollitt's Rover 800. It's a true driveway find, this car, and yeah, it's in lovely condition, very low mileage. I seem to recall, I forget exactly what the mileage is. Does it say over here? 19,000 miles on the clock, this beautiful Rover 800 fastback. And everyone said it was going to be a rusty death trap, and pleasingly, it just isn't. It's absolutely marvellous. So this is the Modern Classic Executive Cars Group, BMW E39s. Very, very beautiful now. How did we get two cars to the show? Well, sadly Bella doesn't fit in the show, but my friend Tim from Cambrian Classics, he's going to be helping out on the stand today. He drove Ellie over, so he's now driven Ellie more miles recently than I have, which is slightly unfair, I think. So the chat window keeps popping up and then disappearing again, so I'm having to try and catch comments where I can. Look at these lovely little minis. There's the 1381 Motor Club, beautiful mini city. I love the side stripes. I love the chunky 10-inch Steelies, beautiful. And I love the Mark III Fiesta gear next to it. Look at that. What a beauty. So yeah, I'll try and keep up with comments as I can, but it is quite difficult to do this and do the comments. I haven't done one of these for years. Rolls-Royce Camargue, anyone? Where we have not only a beautiful pantograph wiper, but headlamp brushes, not wipers. No, that would be too crude. You must have brushes to brush your headlamps. Most expensive car you could buy new back in the 1970s. This one quite a late one from about 82, I think. Jim McGill, this is his sheriff decorated Crown Vic. There are loads of Crown Vics at this show. There's loads of them in Hall 5 as well. He's literally had the decals put on that this week, and Jim has also loaned us a Fiat Marea weekend for the weekend. Jolly decent of him. Beautiful little mini pickup next to it. That's really, really nice with a fixed grille. Absolute misery to work on, and the pickups and vans kept the Mark I doors, the sliding windows and external hinges. And I noticed this as I was walking around earlier. It's Jaguar XK120. I'm going to guess probably from America. It's the patination on it is a thing of absolute joy and wonder, and I think it's been lacquered over the top to maintain it, so that's beautiful. But yeah, this is the Gay Classic Car Group. They always put on a fantastic display. Lovely mix of cars. Look at the Auto Sleeper Sherpa there, just magnificent. Volkswagen Corrado with a narrow angle VR6 engine. Oh, lovely. So let's go and have a closer look at the Sherpa. It's a deluxe, folks. Can you handle the luxury? Beautiful baby blue colour. Oh yes, I think Miss Hubnut will be getting quite excited at this moment, and rightly so. Right, let's continue touring around Hall 4 we are at the moment. ADO 16s, the various different types of BMC 1100, 1300, the MG, that's the rarely seen estate version. Don't see many of those. Lovely Austin J4 van. I like this because you can see the windscreen wiper pattern on it. That is quite the triangle of ignorance, I'm going to call that one. The wipers have just ignored it. Moving over here, all the best British Leyland stuff, of course. Allegros and Maxis. We've got a left-hand drive one. Is it French, do you think? It's got the yellow headlamps. Do like a Maxi. I like a Maxi too. The final facelift. Although they were looking a bit odd by then. Black bumpers, try and make them look more modern. Maybe not entirely successfully. Look at this amazing X-Works support truck. So this was used when BMC were doing loads of rallying all around the world. So it's got plenty of seating for the crew, a little work area, and it's even got a ramp on the back, and it's even got tail fins taken from the Mark I Austin Cambridge. Sorry, not Mark I, the A55 Cambridge, first of the Farinas. So yeah, that is life goals right there, I think. Imagine a vehicle like that. Whoa, marvellous. Oh, Laurie's Mechanical Marvels in. Hello, Laurie. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you at the show. This is one of the oldest cars in the show. I think the Fiat Motor Club thought they got the oldest car in the show. They haven't, because I believe they have an 1899 Fiat. This is an 1898. And I'm going to describe the steering as upright. That's amazing, isn't it? Wow. And I need to hurtle over here because I've got this amazing Riley RM Woody. Yeah. Can you change the video quality? I can't. It's a live report. I'm afraid this is as good as it gets on the old phone. So yeah, look at this beautiful Riley RM Woody. It's quite the creation. Wiper at the top of the screen. But yeah, there's some craftsmanship in there. Look at that. Nice. So yeah, let's keep moving on. Plenty to see. Riley drop it. Oh, sorry, another announcement. Honda Prelude Mark III. Really nice. Austin 7s. It's 100 years of the Austin 7. So there's a good celebration. This is the pre-war Austin 7 Club. They don't bother themselves with later ones. I think I see a swallow, so let's go and have a look at that. Oh, thank you, Blue Boy, for becoming a basic Hubnutter. Yes, it is. It's an Austin Swallow. So this is where Jaguar came from. They built sidecars and then they started doing sporty bodies for production cars like the Austin 7. So lovely, excellent. I'm glad you're coming through loud and clear. It's so dependent on signal. Look at this beautiful little van and a special built on Austin 7 running gear. Lovely, very nice. We're slightly dark in this corner. Little Morris van, full of character. Renault 4, lovely, and a Ferrari 328. I do like the windscreen wipers, very, very different. Passenger arm and driver's arm. We've got more 7s around here. This is the Midlands Austin 7 Club, and a fine display. Nice early 7 Tourer. So there we go, 100 years of the Austin 7. Hard to believe, isn't it? I would really like one. Land crabs, we've got some land crabs about. This is on the Wolseley register, the 1885, I think. Very nice, it could be the 6-cylinder. This Morris Minor on the old mini lights, becoming a bit ubiquitous, aren't they? Everyone wants some on the mini lights. I prefer them on Steelies and hubcaps myself. Personal preference, folks. It's got an Austin Morris van. Oh, thank you, David. That's very kind of you. It's a great sight. Very rare, the Austin badged Morris. And moving around behind me, more land crabs. And I think this one down here, this is one I've driven myself. I think this one is the earliest survivor. It was a press car for the press launch back in 1964. And very nice indeed. So it's good to see that. I haven't seen that car for a long time. Wonderful. Look at this. We've got the Vanden Pla. It's the Rover 200 version. This is all the plushness on your ordinary family car. But, you know, even in the 80s, look at the seats, look at the leather. Very, very luxurious. So yeah, very, very good to see. The Princess, the Allegro based one. The 1100s are one of my favourites. They're such lovely cars. Good morning.
Morning.
Could you answer a question for me? I may have to ask. Vanden Pla or Vanden Plas?
Plas.
Oh, they're Plas. Oh, controversial. Thank you.
That's the correct way.
That's the correct way. Okay. Okay, definitive. There we go. The club itself says Plas. So will I have to now change how I say everything? Yeah, the 4-litre R is one of the ultimate. Proper little baby Bentley in a way. Very luxurious Rolls-Royce engine. Rover P5, I don't know where they are yet. I'm still finding my way around the show, but let's go and see if we can find a Rover P5. We may have to go into Hall 2, and I was planning to go into Hall 5, but we'll see what we can see, folks. We've got a lot of show, and not very much time to cover it, because I've got to try and get to my stand and meet people and things. But we'll go and see some Maestros and Montegos, because they're very, very nice as well. Yeah, there are some absolute beauties this year. Look at this lovely Maestro. Lovely. And a Maestro van. Very nice to see. But I'm most excited, I think, about the Montego Estate. It's a full 7-seater as well. Not all the 7-seaters were called Countrymen. And I think this is a lowly 1.6L. Let's go and find out, shall we? It just brings back so many memories. The first car I drove after passing my driving test, oh, it's a HL. It was my dad's Montego Estate, a 1.6L in Lynx Bronze, and it was a lovely thing. Felt like a bit of a boat compared to a Vauxhall Corsa, I'll admit. But there's some nice Metros variously. Another Vanden Plas, as we're apparently now going to say. Nice early Mark 1 Metro, and then we're into the MGs as well. So yeah, beautiful. Oh, Rod Hill is on the train. Excellent. Well, we'll see you later, Rod. Come and find us in Hall 4. There will be a short delay as I have to go through the trade section again, but we'll find more cars very soon. And it's an XK150 open 2-seater there. Very rare in right-hand drive. They only built 73, I think, of those in right-hand drive. And there's a drop-head coupe awaiting restoration. So, hello, how are you doing? Yeah, very well, thank you. That's James Holland of Reliant Owners Club. Also runs CHG Classics, doing spares for the Reliance. So we'll go and have a quick pan over here. We'll try and ignore the sausages, it's very difficult. So this is Hall 5. And we've got 2CVs down here, courtesy of 2CV Shop, including their electrical power plant. And yeah, this is Hall 5, so let's go and have a quick look around Hall 5. It's going to have to be really quick, folks. I've got so much ground to cover. We're already 15 minutes in. Oh, excellent. Some positivity for CHG Classics there. That's good. Mark II Escorts for people who like the Mark II Escorts. Oh, thank you, Blue Boy. That's very kind of you. Oh, you own an XR6 Turbo. Very, very nice. So, yeah, this is the Federation of British Historical Vehicle Clubs. They do a lot of lobbying. Thank you, Russell, for us classic folk trying to stop restrictions being put on the use of our vehicles. That's a fabulous frock. And a fabulous bus, indeed. So that's what they're about here. Look at that. Tractors and everything. We've got all sorts. Loads going on. Right, motorbikes for people of motorbiking persuasion. Clan Crusaders. Very nice to see. Ooh, Humbers. Do you like a Humber? I think that's a Pullman or an Imperial or a Super Snipe. One of the three. And this is a drop head version. That is a rarity. I'm not sure I've ever seen one. Super Snipe drop head. Wow. That is a big old convertible for you. This Hillman Hunter over here, my dad had one of these when I was growing up in the 80s. Of course, it was desperately uncool in the 1980s. The wings had holes in. But I remember the row style wheels, the overdrive switch coming out the steering column. We didn't have the lambswool seat covers, sadly. We missed out on those. And I remember it had particularly squeaky windscreen wipers. But that is a Hillman Hunter Topaz Special Edition. Oh, hello, Leanne. We've seen plenty of Volvo 240s out and about coming into the show. Oh, it's a Harrington. Sunbeam Alpine Harrington. An aftermarket coupe conversion. And look at the clever boot lid just pinging up there out of the way. That's impressive indeed. Beautiful, beautiful car, beautiful colour. Do like an Alpine. This racing Tiger can often be seen at Goodwood at the Revival, hurtling around the track. Got a big old V8 in it. There's more Sunbeam Alpines there as well. We've got Tigers, we've got Borgward Isabella Coupe. Yum yum. I don't think we're going to find a Rover in this hall. I think I've come into the wrong hall for Rovers. We've got Triumph Stags down there as well. And then Andy Talbot walking around. Lotus Sunbeams hidden under here. Bringing back memories. Whiteland Restorations. Imps. Do love an Imp. Fantastic things. This is a sporty one. It's got a little oil cooler in the back of it. See, if anyone sees up and down vids, that's the engine they should have. None of this Saxo nonsense. The mini kits. All these mini-based kit cars, the Hustler. Do these headlamps look familiar, Leanne? See? Other people are using them as well. Oh, gorgeous little Ogle SX1000. And a Minus Maxi. Another one of these sort of glass fibre minis to try and get around the rot problems. Go hurtling through here. Loving the rather faded graphics on this American spec Volkswagen bus. Mini Mokes. Variously as well as ordinary minis. So we got Mark 1 minis here. This one a Twinny Mini, apparently. It appears to have 2 engines. Fascinating. And a much later Mini here, right towards the end of production in is it Blaze Orange? No, Volcano is the colour. That's it. With a sport pack, fat arches. I like that a great deal. Cavalier Caliber, remember those? Very, very sporty, and the sporty Vauxhall Chevette HSR, I think they are. Look at this, the Crestas and Veloxes, bright pink, marvellous. And that one looking rather quick. Oh, Rover P4s, we found P4s. Hold on, we stand a chance here. This is a replica of Jet 1, which I believe has a jet turbine in the back of it. I'm not sure it runs. I saw it one year and he was spooling it up. So should we see if we can find some P5s? We've got P4s aplenty, they're absolutely everywhere. Haha! There you go, Steve. We found the P5s. Just as an alarm goes off somewhere in the Sporting Bears section. Sporting Bears is where you can pay a donation to charity and get a passenger ride in a very exciting classic car. There are many of them. If I've missed anyone else who's donated, by the way, thank you very much. It's very difficult to try and catch up with the comments. Oh, look at this, Rover P6 Estora, was it called? The estate version? Yeah, Estora, in April yellow apparently. Lovely. No, I don't believe it's the Chop Shop P4. I think someone else built one rather better than Chop Shop. Honda S800s, absolutely superb. I adore these. Let's just go and get a bit of scale, shall we? Does that show? These really are absolutely tiny. Crazy little roller bearing crankshaft, rev up to 8,000 revs, no problem at all. This belongs to my friend Jane. This is her Datsun 240G. I believe she's got several cars here at the show this year. So that's one of her rarities. She owns the Suzuki and the Honda S600 I drove, sorry, N600 I drove a year or two ago. Any Hubnut stickers? I haven't seen any yet, but you never know. Probably not going to find them on these beautiful Mark IV Supras, to be fair. Now, the Toyota Enthusiast Club told me to come along and there would be something on their stand I would like. And, oh, there is. Oh no, that's a 300C. Oh no, this is a Celica Club. That's why I'm getting slightly confused. Where's the Toyota Enthusiast then? Let's go and find them. Again, the cars you could go out in. Sporting Bears. Very, very nice. I hope I'm not panning too quickly, by the way. It's really difficult to do this handheld. Hello, how are you doing? Oh yeah, how are you? Mazda RX-7s, FDs, very, very nice. We've got Mark II MR2. In fact, we've got 1, 2 and 3 represented right there in front of your faces. Skoda, the Elmo electric fabric pickup. It's niche, you can definitely say that. We've got Nissan 300ZXs, beautiful cars. Subaru Imprezas represented, but also Trabants and Wartburgs. Do like them. Is it 311? Yeah, 311. So it's still on a separate chassis despite its looks, but 3-cylinder, 2-stroke engines. They sound absolutely magnificent. And we've got a very nice Moskvich here on the end. Audi Quattro, not the short wheelbase, but looking very, very meaty, as is the Land Cruiser behind it. That's the Classics Plenia. Okay, that's cool. Like a Polish club. Skoda Rapid convertible. Oh, nice. Now I'm slightly confused. Where are the Toyota Enthusiast Club? I'm going to have to find them later. But I'm very excited to say that Johnny Smith is here with his late break show, and hello. He's doing a lot on resto mods, and to my mind rather, there are no better resto mods than the Retro Power ones. So if you watch the Retro Power YouTube channel, this is one of their cars. This is Project Utah, which obviously was a Mark II Jaguar. It's going to have a nose at the front of it. So Johnny will be about. He's on stage at 2 o'clock today, I believe. Really good to have Johnny involved, because you kind of need fresh blood. It's good to have new people coming in, giving their own spin on things. So yeah, here is Project Utah. I've been waiting to see this car for a long time. Beautiful treatment. There's so much handcrafted metalwork in this car. But it's got a Toyota, is it 1JZ engine on throttle bodies. Beautiful. So it's a modern engine, but it looks like, apart from the cam cover, it looks like a much older engine. And it's just exquisite workmanship. They made the steering wheel themselves. I think my friend Dean at Trimworks did the seats, which are XJ40 seats, I believe. But it's an absolutely staggering bit of kit, and very, very good at demonstrating what they do. So go and check out Retro Power. This is one of theirs as well. This is a Duratec powered Mark I Cortina. Look at the exhaust all snaking around in there. Amazing. Right, there are other things here, but we need to see more of the show. I'm going to try and get out of this hall and go into Hall 1. But I'm aware time's cracking on. I need to actually get my stand set up. But let's go and see what we can find down here. Vauxhall Calibras, very nice. The FE Victors and VX 490s. A Ventura Estate, that's a 6-cylinder version. That's a rarity right there. We got HB and HC Vivas. Opposite Scirocco's, Cavaliers and Carltons, Corsa Bs even. What is that? This needs closer examination. It's my problem, you get distracted walking around this show. That is absolutely the most insane thing I've ever seen, and I like it very much. Well, yeah, Corsa B, lovely. Oh my gosh, not your standard Corsa B then. It appears to have an engine in the boot. Marvellous. Porsche 914 there on the end. Ah, I recognise that ambulance. This is a former ambulance built on an FSO body, and I wasn't expecting to see this here. It's absolutely brilliant. Wow. Yeah, that is an absolute work of art. And I do know the owner, and I think he's offered me cars to drive, and I haven't managed to drive one. I need to drive this one, don't you think? Isn't this absolutely stunning? What a way to be rushed to hospital. Volkswagen thing up there, Jetta, DKWs, lovely things. Mark II Cherry. Oh, beautiful auto unions. So gently evolving into what would become Audi. I believe these are still 2-stroke, and then they moved to a 4-stroke design. Yeah, beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in the metal. What a pretty little thing. Porsche 928 gives us a pantograph rear wiper moment and amazing rear lights. I think this car came out in 1978. Stunning, simply stunning. Volkswagens, the old splitties, plenty of those about. This one has a remarkably shiny understein. Look, that is very, very shiny. None of my cars look like that. Celica Supra, very, very nice. Plymouth, yeah, it's a Plymouth. That one's a Challenger RT, I can tell because it says it on the side of it, and that'll be a Charger. Even I can recognise a Charger, even though I'm a complete ignoramus. Crime scene, oh no, it's all gone badly wrong for someone here. I told you there were more Crown Vics here. So wherever you look, you will find a Crown Vic. So yeah, let's go and check out Hall 1. But I've got to walk right across the concourse, so you're going to have to bear with me, folks. But I haven't been in Hall 1 yet, and I think there will be some very interesting things to see. So there's the mini kits again, another Talbot Sunbeam. Where are all the non-Lotus ones? I would love to drive a non-Lotus Talbot Sunbeam. Peugeot 309 GTI with all the extra driving lamps. Mark 1, Jaguar. That's nice. Beautiful. Modern Dodge Challenger. Looking all chunky. And again, we've got hot rods over here as well. Well represented. Great to see. But yeah, I mean, there's already so many cars I've missed just on this little walk around. There's so many vehicles here to see. But it's very hard to see them all, especially in just a quick run around. What happened to the COVID? Oh, someone else. Okay. Where's the Sana? Sana is in Hall 1. I believe it's on the Lancaster Insurance stand, so I believe it's a blag by our friend Steph at iDriver Classic. She's here working this weekend. She's not on stand with us. So let's go and get out of the show, and we'll see if we can find our way around. Oh, ever wanted to see inside a differential? Is it operating? Oh, it is. You can see how a differential works. Magic, basically. That's how a differential works. There's a lovely bus. Right, lovely Hillman Humber Super Snipe, sorry. Here guarding the entrance. So we're going to cross the NEC now. I'm afraid there will be a short break in cars. No, Steph works for Lancaster, believe me. Adrian Flux is just who insures her. Thank you. So lots of people queuing up out here already, waiting to go into the show. But we should be able to cut across into Hall 1, hopefully. Go and find our way. So yeah, look at this, plenty of people coming in. It's going to be a busy old day, I think. Yeah, I should be able to get into Hall 1, so that's going to see if we can find our way. So the buses are bringing people in to the halls here. We had a ride on the shuttle bus earlier, made it slightly more exciting by forgetting my wristband at one point. Right, see if we can find our way in to Hall 1. Here we go. Hiya.
Good morning.
Snake our way in. Woo-hoo. Stay with me, folks. Right, just try and get through the door.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, guys.
Thank you. Here we go. We are into Hall 1. Lovely TR6 to grant us on arrival, and a Frisky. So Steph seems to have assembled some amazing cars for Lancaster Insurer. This is the Monte Carlo Frisky, and I can tell that because it has two rear wheels each side to help you get better traction in the snow of Monte Carlo. Sarah Crabtree, many of you know her. This is her Morris Ital. Ivan, We saw this at Festival of the Unexceptional. There is Sarah. Hi Sarah, hopefully we'll see you in person at some point. In fact, there's our friend Mike as well, who sold her the car. And we've got a Yugo Sana over here. So this is how nice a Yugo Sana can be. I don't know which one this is. We've had a few. Hello. We've had a few Yugo Sanas appear out of the woodwork recently. I'm sorry about the chimes. Nothing I can do about it. Little J40 pedal car. Austin A40 Devon, I think. So yeah, this is the Lancaster Insurance stand. Very, very impressive. And I see a Steph. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Very well, thank you. We are live on YouTube.
Oh really? Hello.
So, hello to everyone.
Hello.
This is a very impressive lineup.
I know. Have you seen the Austin 1300 that you could win?
Ooh, okay, you could win.
Take on that. Take the
Okay,
away.
how do I win it? What do I do?
Okay, so if you want to win it, you need to come down to the Lancaster stand.
We're in Hall 1, yeah.
Now, you know I'm not a big fan of modern cars and modern classics, but the Classics World team have brought this fantastic Jag. If
Okay.
you want to live on the far side of life, you can go for the Jag. If you want to be a bit cooler, you can go for the
It's
Austin
obviously this in
1300.
sort of nappy green.
Hey, it's not nappy green.
Beautiful.
It's lime flower.
Oh, lime flower, sorry.
Lime flowers. Lime
But
flowers.
it's got the plug hole of despair. It's all good.
Got the name interiors, haven't you?
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Look at that.
With my snacks in.
Luxurious, luxurious.
Anyway,
Beautiful.
it used to belong to Keith Adams, 12-month
Oh, okay.
MOT on it, just been serviced, 3 owners from you, and it's really good underneath as well. And all the areas that you can concerned about, things like subframe, round
Yeah,
headlights, all absolutely solid. But people can come down, have an inspector of it, enter the competition, and if the competition winner doesn't pick this,
I get it.
No,
Oh.
it goes up for auction.
Oh,
But
auction,
anyway,
okay.
I'll let you go. There's loads of fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Did
See you
like
later on.
Orange?
Yes,
You
very
knew
nice.
I was that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
see you later. Right, that's Steph. Slightly chaotic. We are live here, folks. Just making it up as we go along. Mark 1 Escort, very interesting. Mark 1 MX5, lovely. Ferrari. So this is the slightly posher end of things. Classic Sports Car, a great magazine. I do like to read that magazine myself. Oh, you could win the Jaguar for 2 weeks. Bright Young Sparks. Okay, that's something else to look at. So yeah, check out Lancaster Insurance. They're doing some very interesting stuff here today. And we'll carry on having a wander around. Electric conversions of classic vehicles we know well. These are Reddick conversions apparently. Very nice, funky lights. And they also seem to have done a Type 2 pickup, like our friends at Electric Classic Cars. Lotus Cortina, plenty of those about. How am I doing, folks? Are we doing this? Keep your eyes open for the London to Sydney Rally Car stand. Okay, which hall is that in? That feels like it should be this hall. We've got the Maguire's Concourse stand. They had a Corsa C on here last year, or maybe that was the March show, caused much controversy. All the shiny going on here. All good, excellent, super. We've got a Piper GT here, very rare car. I remember seeing one of those on the M25. That absolutely made my day. Mercedes-Benz Club, usually put on a good display. We've got Porsche Owners Club as well. This is 94 Owners Club, the Le Mans. Yeah, I don't think they raced one with a 2-litre naturally aspirated engine at Le Mans. I could be wrong. We've got the Jaguar Enthusiast Club. Looks like they've got one of the Le Mans cars going on over there. But I want to come over here. The W116 is one of my favourite cars. And look at this, just absolute beauty. Is it the 6.9? It is. It's got the 6.9 litre V8 out of the biggest 600. Gorgeous little headlamp wiper. And yeah, this is the car that really set the scene for Mercedes-Benz. Also, an interesting W116 fact is that my career working at Classic Car Weekly kind of began by driving a W116. It was a 350 SE, I believe. We've got more Porsches over here. Porsche Club Great Britain. Very, very nice. We've got Nobles. Do you like Nobles? I've actually driven a Noble M12 on track and it is incredible. It's got a twin turbo V6 engine. They're very, very quick. We've got Allards here. Sidney Allard, the only man who won the Monte Carlo Rally in a car of his own name, and famous for his waterfall grills. Sorry folks, all the noise is kicking off again. Very, very frustrating, but there we go. Bristols, I think that's a 400. I think we're fairly early Bristols on the stand this year. No, it isn't an American V8, it is Mercedes-Benz's own V8 engine. Peugeot 205 XS, very, very nice cars. Vauxhall Cavalier Sports Hatch. So it's not all prestige and posh stuff here in Hall 1, but then there are the Rolls-Royce and Bentley enthusiasts. The Rolls-Royce Enthusiast Club, I believe, but they do allow Bentleys in as well. Seeing as later ones, like this example, this Bentley Brooklands, are pretty much the same thing. Armstrong Siddeley's, that's a Sapphire convertible. I've not seen one of those before, 234. Sadly a little ungainly, they lost their way a bit, but the Sapphire and Star Sapphire are far nicer cars. That one is a Sapphire. Lovely. Right, let's keep walking around folks. We still got some time, ACs, representing the fact they didn't just make Cobras. This is one of their 2 litres, I think. There's a Buckland Tourer and the AC Ace, such a pretty car. This is what became the Cobra. Available with a variety of 6-cylinder engines. I think some had Ford engines, some had Bristols. Very nice. And one of the aborted attempts to revive AC represented over here. It's the AC Ace, I think. And it just sadly didn't quite take off. Even though this one's got Porsche 928 indicator units. Very nice. Oh, look at this brown Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2 with later impact bumpers fitted and more headlamp brush action. I think more people must have donated, so thank you very much if that was you. Very kind. Dave Tomaso's in the corner there, but I'm all about this. Look at this Alfa Sud. Beautiful. It's about 1975, I think. Really, really funky car. That's very nice. This is the Alfa Romeo Owners Club stand. Oh, I wish I got my gimbal with me. Hello, how you doing? Very well, thank you. Another delicious Alfa Sud. Brown interior. Whoa. Yeah, I want to lick that interior. And a later 33 Mark II. And represented over here, this is nice to see. Is this the 146? Yes, it is. So it's still got the boxer engine of the Alfa Sud. So this is a continuation of that Alfa Sud line right up into the 1990s. Very nice. Morgan's over here, and there are loads of Opel GTs at this year's. I didn't have a chance to show you them in Hall 5. So take in this lovely GT here. What a beautiful car. Headlamps that sort of roll open. They are lovely things. Available with a 1.9 litre overhead cam-ish. Cam in head engine, or you could get them in some markets with a 1.1 if you really did want all looks and no go. Let's go over here. We've got Austin Healey's, very, very nice cars. Little frog eye sprite up at the back. There's something for Tim at Cambrian Classics to aspire to with the one he's building, and the 3000s, beautiful cars. On that same day I drove that Mercedes-Benz, I drove a Healey 3000 Mark III. And yeah, I was very, very happy as a result. Lotuses, where is this? Lotus Drivers Club, TVRs up in the back there. We better go and have a quick look at the TVRs and see if we can spot all the bits off other cars. They do have a Griffith here, and Griffith is probably my favourite TVR, although the Chimera up the back there comes a close second. Look at the exhaust manifold on this. Wow, I don't believe that's factory. But then the ITG intake air cleaners suggest this one's hotted up a bit. Yeah, beautiful cars. It's got later door mirrors though. If you look at the Chimera, oh yeah, look at the Chimera up here. We've still got Citroen C door mirrors. Yeah, beautiful cars. Beautiful, beautiful cars. Mark III Cavalier rear lights, lovely. These are slightly earlier TVRs, very much the same formula. Funky engines and glass fibre bodywork. And all of the purple. Right, over here we've got the Jensen Owners Club. They've got a nice display of cars. There's a CV8 staring right in front of us. This is the first of the Jensens to use a big American V8 engine. under that controversial snout. But the CV8 was effectively an evolution of the 541. This is a 541R. Look, you've got the indicators perched up here, almost like a Citroen DS. Beautiful shape. So I think the 541 is a little prettier. Uses an Austin 6-cylinder engine. And another CV8 with that controversial snout. Retro Power are doing a resto mod on a CV8. So again, keep an eye on their channel. And you can see that going on. Jensen Healey, a rather aborted attempt to revive the Healey name and try and improve Jensen's fortunes, uses the Lotus Slant 4 engine. In fact, it was the first car to use the Lotus Slant 4 engine, and sadly they kind of did all their development work with this car, so they went wrong, caused problems, and people were grumpy. But I believe a lot of the issues have been sorted out now. Ferrari 328 Mondial 2+2. And in fact, we've got the predecessor over here, the 308 GT4, which is controversial for being designed by Bertoni rather than Pininfarina. So for a long time, these were the Hubnut Ferrari, but times have changed, and I think they're accepted now much more readily. Little stinger there, very, very pretty. So there we go. Shall we go for a quick run up the stairs, and we'll try and get back to my stand so I can say hello to all the people. We've got a lot to do. There's Ollie, who owns the Yugo Sana, giving it a buff. It's looking great. And yeah, here is the Outspan Orange from the National Motor Museum. So we saw this in my video, and it's a sign of how the museum does get cars out. It's a weird thing to walk around, isn't it? Yeah, very, very intriguing vehicle. Look, even the door handle on the back is an orange. This is one of two. Laurie's Mechanical Marvels have driven another one of these. Was it the Grampian Transport Museum? I think they visited. So there's a few of those about. Right, we should keep marching on. We're going to have to go past more pies, unfortunately. It's always a bit unfortunate. Oh, the Kelsey Media stand here. For all the various magazines, some of which I used to edit. So good to see them here. There's a Paul Guinness, who took over Rolls-Royce and Bentley driver for a time from myself, I think it was. No, it was Classic Jaguar he took over, and then he took over the Rolls-Royce one as well, I think. Pies aplenty. Oh, hello. Here's the Citroen Car Club, not in Hall 5 this year. They're over here in Hall 2 instead. So we've got a rally-ish SM with the American lamp front end. That's great to see. An H-van. Oh, Nigel's getting his info sheets out. Morning, Nigel. So yeah, this is a bit of a change. Usually Hall 5 for these. Lovely Mark 1 BX. I don't believe that's Kitch's, but he has got one. And this is a fascinating vehicle. It's one of the Citroen XM camera cars were used by the BBC, primarily for covering the horse races. In fact, we are on camera, folks. I can see us on the camera inside it. So yeah, I knew this was going to be here. It's brilliant. Imagine sat on that while this is driving along a grass field at the speed of a racing horse. Just extraordinary. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of equipment in there, a lot of weight. But very nice that they did get it out. This is art by Bex, and there is Bex. Good morning. So yeah, she does amazing paintings, and we'll be doing much more through the show. We've got the Traction Owners Club over here. People need to love these cars a lot more, folks. It's imperative that everyone immediately stops what they're doing and buys a Traction Avant. Lovely cars. This is the S&G Barrett stand, and Pete over there, who we've worked with many times. Hello, Pete. And this is 50EE, their E-Type Jaguar Series 1, which I've driven when it was in rather more complete condition. It's currently in pieces. But yeah, nice people, the folks at S&G Barrett. And they've got some amazing cars. Guess how many balloons are in the car, and you have a chance to win it. There you are, folks. Come and check out S&G Barrett, who have taken over Holden Vintage and Classic. So that's now one of their arms as well. Renault Estafette over here. It's a photo booth, apparently. Some more E-Types being restored variously. Got the XJS Club here. I just want to go and have a look at this other H-van, just because I love H-vans, really. But there we go. You can see under the bonnet of a Traction Avant, gearboxes ahead of the engine. Revolutionary sort of a design. So yeah, very, very good. Let's have a look at this H-van over here. Yeah, lovely. This is the sort of condition all H-vans should be. Don't restore them, leave them like that. They look marvellous. Lancia Motor Club, nice stand going on here. Yeah, we'll try and get back to the 827. Look, it's the Stratos. Oh my god. The Bertoni Stratos, I think it is. I wasn't expecting to see that there, that's a surprise. Oh, the HF0 concept, there we go, Stratos Zero. We've got these little side windows to see out of, that's extraordinary. Thank you. But no windscreen wiper, so you know, there is that. I'm probably happier with a full Via myself. About the Aurelia Coupes, narrow angle V6, rear wheel drive. Marvellous cars, and that's a Flaminia next to it. Just lovely. 2CV we finally found them. We've got a Mahari here on sporty wheels. This 2CV I think was following us in from Coventry last night. We had yellow headlamps behind us. We've got the tailhole Tangara that we saw at 2CVGB's Registers Day event. That's lovely to see. And we're just going to take a slight break from 2CVs to take in the Matra Ranchos. Look at this display. That's brilliant. I love the amount of effort that's gone in here. The true lifestyle vehicle, and that's a découvrable. That's terrible French, I apologise. That is the rare convertible Matra Rancho. Very, very nice cars. I must do a video on one. We've got the Talbot Alpine here. Beautiful Simca van. Latterly Talbot badge. We saw this at Festival of the Unexceptional. I think it's fresh from restoration. Now the Citroen Specials Club are hanging out with the 2CV folks as well. So we've got a couple of Lomaxes and a Manx kit car. Called them Manx because they chopped the tail off. And look, people are hard at work already. Everyone's trying to get their stuff done before the show begins. Good morning, Anthony.
All right.
It's Anthony from Haggerty, so check out the Haggerty insurance website as well. This is beautiful, and it has got a yellow headlamp, so I suspect this was following us in last night as well. Marvellous. And a little AZU 250 van. Very nice J plates, a fairly late one. Good to see. And this is my friend Ragnar's Ami Super, which we saw this at the 2CVGB Registers Day and at the National Rally we went to earlier this year. Fiat X19s, we know how much fun Fiat X19s are, all of it. And look at this, oh yes, not only have we got an early Renault 5 with the dashboard gear change, oh yes, I used to own one. Beautiful, beautiful car, the Renault 5. And look at the contrast between the early 5 and the Turbo 2 over there. And then we've got a later Renault 5 and a Renault 7. Spanish market, longer wheelbase and a boot. That is a very unusual car. Very nice. Oh no, Enventa for sale. And yeah, Renault are coming out with a Renault 5 retro, classic-y sort of a thing. Over here, here's a car we recognise. It's the Alpine A310. I've driven twice because the first time I had sound issues and I had to go and re-record it. Obviously we've got the most amazing windscreen wipers. Do go and check out my video on this very, very car. Absolutely beautiful. V6 engine here at the back. Just lovely. And more modern Alpine here. They're obviously celebrating the Renault 5 anniversary now. I apologise for this shouty, horrible lady. I think she's gone away now, we're alright. Right, what we've got in here, this is the auction. Look at this Trans Am. That couldn't be any more of its era, could it? Next to a surprisingly elegant Mustang by comparison. Got a DeLorean in there as well, Silverstone Auctions. And is that a Bricklin? No, what is this? It is a Bricklin. Blimey. Wow. Safety orientated SV1. That's just extraordinary. So yeah, you should probably do a bit of a search for Bricklin. I have it in the back of my mind that he was responsible for the introduction of Yugo into America. I could be wrong. That's a very pretty Lancia of some sort, I think. No, Alfa Romeo, wrong as ever. Right, let's go and have a wander around, but we're going to have to wrap this one up soon, folks, because the doors will be opening and we'll have to get underway. Gosh, look at the size of this Rolls Royce here. It's like the Phantom long wheelbase. That is a mighty lump of motor car. But you wouldn't have as much fun as you'd have in one of those, so get one of those instead. Fiat Motor Club stand. They got some interesting cars here. It's a 132, I think. I'm pushing it now. A bit weak. Yes, it is a 132. Well done, me. I should have claimed I was correct and just carried on. A later 124 Spider. Eventually, these were badged by Pininfarina. I think this one is. And Fiat didn't really have much to do with it. Hi, folks. So here's the car they claim is the oldest in the show, and it sadly isn't by a year, because I think this is an 1899 Fiat. Well, that's just lovely. It's so wonderful to have full representation. And yeah, I don't know who owns this one. It can do 22 miles an hour. Wow. Then we've got a modified little Topolino here. That's quite funky. There you go, Whiteland Restorations. You need to make yours look like that. Please make it so. Fiat 500e, got some exciting news for you. We're going to have one of those coming to Hubnut very soon. Hopefully like next week very soon. Fiat Panda 4x4. A Seat Marbella, or Terra was the van. Camper conversion. So not technically a Fiat. Seat claimed it was an independent country, and in no way did its models reflect other models they may have made before, like the Fiat Panda. And we'll let you be the judge of that. That's quite funky. Got all the dining table set up, the kettle, very important. So yeah, that's great. What a tiny little camper. And then we've got a little 126 here in brown, all of the brown. But yeah, I need to start making my way back to the stand. We're over 50 minutes now. My voice is starting to go already. That's not a good sign, is it? Oh, Volvos. Liam wanted a 240. We have found a 240. Looks a bit different to your Volvo 240. And look at the Amazon next to it, in sort of pearlescent. I don't think the camera is really doing this car justice. It looks absolutely stunning. The 122S. And the PV next to it, PV544, I think, and P1800. That colour looks absolutely immense. That is beautiful. We've got more. Look, we've got a 262, the coupe version. When Volvo decided to make its own hot rods, it's being buffed, so I should probably come back later and have another look when they're finished buffing, but that's very good to see. Volvo Enthusiast Club, Fiat 500 Gamine. So Jane, who I spoke to about earlier with a Datsun 240G, she's got a Gamine as well, and I would like to have a play with it very much. Fiat 500 Jolly here as well. So a wonderful mix of cars, so many different things to see. There's more friskies, should you feel the need, for 308 Mondial. 50 grand now, wow. Again, they were unloved for so long. More P1800s, little Fiat 500 Giardiniera. So that's got the same canted over straight to an engine as the Auto Bianchi we drove recently. Another 240. We've got an estate here on the Volvo Enthusiast Club stand, which gives us the marvellous headlamp wiper moment. You won't find one of those at Whiteland Restorations. And V12 Jaguar XJS convertible. Very, very nice. And we've got Trojans. Is the one I drove here? I don't think it is this year. I have driven one of these. So do check out my channel for some Heinkel Trojan content. Fabulous little things. The steering wheel doesn't come up. It's not like an Isetta. But they're jolly little things, and this one is all of the purple, all of it. BMW Isettas, so on these the steering wheel does come up with a door. In fact, if we hop around to this one, we can see that in action. So there you go, the steering column is attached to the door and opens with it. Lovely, lovely little cars. Look at this Porsche Spider replica. Factory built by Banham. They make all sorts of interesting things. So this is the for sale section, so obviously you've got slightly higher end stuff generally in these parts. Reliant Owners Club are here. This is the Rebel van that was restored with Practical Classics. I think they were restoring that when we were here back in March, and it's since been on a run all around the UK. Great to see. And then Bond Bugs as well. But I think we're heading into Hall 3A now, so I think we should be heading back towards our stand. So Let's see if we can find it. So all these fancy trailers you can buy. Yeah. We can dream, can't we? But then I'd need something to tow it. A lovely MGA here on the Aselli Glasgow Sports Car stand. I think they are very good at doing upgrade. Oh my gosh, the crowds are building. Whoa, it's going to be hectic any minute, so I better get back to my stand. MG Owners Club, MGA Coupe here. Very nice to see. If you've ever wanted to see under the bonnet of an X-Power SV, there you go. Oh no, people have parked in the wrong places. They're going to get the cars towed away. Cosy. Very nice. What on earth is that? A Rhodesian. Okay. I think this Mark 1 Escort might be modified. Just a guess. Oh, this is Burton Power. They're very good at tuning stuff up. Very, very nice engines there. What's this? 1907 Daimler. That's rather lovely. And next to it, a Conquest Century Drophead Coupe. These Daimlers have a pre-select gearbox. I have driven one many, many years ago. But yeah, we're almost back at stand. So I'm going to be able to get this one wrapped up. But we will just quickly take a look at the Astra GTEs over here. And GSIs indeed. For that is an Opel Kadett GSI. We got them as GTE Astras. Lovely cars. Very, very punchy, 150 brake horse from the factory. So yeah, great cars. I see an Ellie over there. So we're almost back. We've almost done a complete loop of the show, but there is another hall. Hold on, I'm just going to flip. Yeah, there is another hall, Hall 8. I haven't even made it into Hall 8 yet, but I am hoping to do a more detailed walk around. But yeah, the time is clearly, it's clearly time to be back on stand. Matt Furious Driving is back here. He's recording, so he's getting all wrapped up. We need to uncover our fine goods. Another plug for the 60-second directions. And we can selfie. We've got a few hoodies here that we've got left over. We've got badges, we've got the model tux, we've got some more. It reminds me I've got to write some more cards for those, limited edition cards. Caps, cable ties, calendars, t-shirts, mugs. We've got it all. And Matt has a great deal of stuff too. So do come and see us in Hall 4. And yeah, we'll be delighted to say hello. But I'm going to have to go. People are already starting to arrive. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for donations. Very, very kind of you. Don't forget you can head to the Hubnut store next week. We're offline at the moment because the Hubnut store is here. So either come here and buy stuff or we'll be back next week. But thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go try and find a cup of tea. And we'll see you later on. Farewell. Bye. How do I stop it?